The flickering candlelight cast dancing shadows on the ancient stone walls as Dor led Richard through the winding passages beneath the city. The air grew thicker with each step, heavy with the weight of centuries-old secrets. The Marquis de Carabas walked ahead, his leather coat swishing against the damp stones, occasionally glancing back with his knowing smirk. Their footsteps echoed in the silence until they reached a chamber that seemed to breathe with its own life. Here, amidst the forgotten corners of London below, they first heard the ethereal voice of Islington. The angel's words floated through the air like silver threads, promising answers about Dor's family and their tragic fate. Richard watched in awe as the chamber filled with a soft, pearl-like glow, and Dor's eyes widened with a mixture of hope and apprehension. Islington's sanctuary was a marvel that defied Richard's understanding of reality. Pristine white marble seemed to float in impossible angles, and light emanated from nowhere and everywhere at once. The angel's presence filled the space with an otherworldly warmth that made Richard's skin tingle. Dor clutched the token they had received at the floating market, its surface now pulsing with a faint blue light. The Marquis remained unusually quiet, his usual swagger replaced by careful observation, as Islington revealed the existence of a key that could unlock the truth behind Dor's family's murder. The chamber's atmosphere shifted subtly. Something in the angel's voice carried an undertone that Richard couldn't quite place, like honey hiding the taste of something bitter. The revelation hit them like a physical force. The key they sought was hidden in the darkest depths of London below, in a place that even the rats feared to whisper about. Dor's face paled as Islington spoke of the trials they would face, while the Marquis's hand instinctively moved to his hidden blade. Richard noticed a strange symbol etched into the floor, one that seemed to shift and change when viewed directly. As they prepared to leave, Islington's final words hung in the air like frost. "Remember, some doors are locked for a reason." The chamber's warmth suddenly felt artificial, and as they stepped back into the darkness of the tunnel, Richard caught a glimpse of something in the angel's eyes, a flash of something ancient and hungry. The Marquis pulled them away quickly, his usual composure slightly shaken. As they hurried through the tunnels, none of them spoke of the growing sensation that they had just made a deal with something far more dangerous than they had imagined. The crumbling stone walls of Black Friars echoed with whispers of ancient trials as Richard, Dor, and Hunter approached the sacred grounds. Flickering torches cast dancing shadows across weathered statues of long-forgotten monks. The air grew thick with anticipation as an ethereal figure materialized before them. Brother Philiginus, the guardian of the trial. His hollow voice reverberated through the chamber, explaining that only one could undertake the ordeal. Richard, still grappling with his newfound courage, volunteered before anyone could object. Dor's eyes widened with concern, while Hunter's stoic expression betrayed a hint of respect. The ordeal began with Richard alone in a maze-like series of chambers, each darker than the last. The Black Friars' whispers guided him through increasingly challenging trials of faith and fear. Each step revealed fragments of his own truth, memories twisted into nightmarish scenarios. His old life in London above morphed before his eyes. Jessica appeared, then transformed into a shadow creature. His office became a labyrinth of endless corridors. The deeper he ventured, the more the line between reality and illusion blurred. Time lost all meaning in the darkness, and Richard found himself questioning everything he once believed true. Finally reaching the heart of the trial, Richard faced his greatest fear, himself. The Black Friars presented him with a choice that would echo through his entire journey, a glimpse of a truth so powerful It could shatter his understanding of London below, but at a terrible price. As the revelation began to unfold before him, a thunderous crash interrupted the ceremony. Through the ancient walls came sounds of battle. Hunter's voice raised in alarm. Doors screamed, piercing the darkness. Richard stood frozen between completing his ordeal and rushing to help his companions. The choice before him seemed impossible. Gain the knowledge they desperately needed for their quest, or potentially lose the only friends he had in this strange world. The shadows around him deepened, and time was running out. The ancient stone steps led Richard, Dor, and Hunter deeper into the forgotten underground chamber, where the air grew thick with the scent of ancient tapestries and burning incense. Lady Serpentine's domain emerged before them like a dream materialized from London's oldest memories. A vast chamber decorated with countless candles floating in mid-air, their flames never flickering. The walls shimmered with moving murals depicting scenes from London below's history. Lady Serpentine herself sat upon a throne of intertwined copper pipes, her presence both welcoming and unsettling. As they approached, Richard noticed how the shadows seemed to dance around her, never quite touching her ageless face. The revelations came like daggers in the dark. Lady Serpentine's words wove a tapestry of truth about Dor's family's murder, each detail more horrifying than the last. The Marquis de Carabas, who had been lurking in the shadows, stepped forward with his own piece of the puzzle, his usual smirk replaced by an uncharacteristic gravity. As Dor's eyes widened with each new detail, Richard felt the room grow colder. Hunter's hand never left her spear, her eyes darting between the dancing shadows. The truth about Islington's involvement began to take shape, but something in Lady Serpentine's voice suggested she was holding back even darker secrets. The final revelation struck like thunder in the chamber. Lady Serpentine rose from her throne, her silver robes rippling like mercury as she approached Dor with an ancient key in her hand. But as Dor reached for it, the shadows in the room suddenly solidified. The Marquis shouted a warning too late. Dark figures emerged from every corner. Hunter's spear flashed in the candlelight as Richard stumbled backward, his heart pounding. The last thing he saw before chaos erupted was Lady Serpentine's face transforming into something entirely inhuman, her gentle smile revealing rows of needle-sharp teeth. The floating candles went out all at once, plunging them into total darkness. The labyrinthine tunnels beneath London echoed with an ancient presence. Richard, Dor, and Hunter moved silently through the damp passages, their footsteps barely audible against the distant rumble that seemed to emanate from the very walls. Hunter's usually confident demeanor showed the first signs of tension as she gripped her spear tighter. The legendary beast of London was near, and even the mighty huntress appeared affected by its proximity. The air grew thick with an otherworldly musk, and the temperature dropped noticeably. Dor's fingers traced mysterious patterns in the air, attempting to sense the creature's exact location, while Richard fought to control his racing heart, remembering all too well Hunter's tales of the beast's previous victims. The confrontation erupted without warning. The beast's massive form emerged from the shadows, its ancient bulk defying comprehension. Hunter launched into action, her spear a blur of motion as she engaged the creature in a deadly dance. Richard watched in awe as the warrior who had slain the greatest predators in every domain met her match. The beast moved with impossible speed for its size, its eyes gleaming with an intelligence that sent chills down Richard's spine. Dor pulled him back just as massive claws swept through the space where he had stood. The battle reached a fever pitch as Hunter landed what should have been a killing blow. But something was wrong. The beast seemed to anticipate her every move, as if It had fought this battle before. The truth revealed itself in a moment of horrible clarity. Hunter's face showed a flash of recognition as the beast countered her signature attack. Their eyes met, and in that instant, Richard saw something pass between them, a secret understanding. The great warrior's movements suddenly became less certain, her legendary grace faltering. Dor screamed a warning, but it came too late. The beast's attack connected, sending Hunter's spear clattering across the stone floor. As Richard lunged for the weapon, the air filled with a deafening roar, and darkness descended upon them all. The last thing he saw was Hunter's face, wearing an expression he had never seen before, fear mixed with satisfaction. The tunnel collapsed around them, and in the chaos, Richard felt Dor's hand slip from his grasp. When the dust settled, he found himself alone in the darkness, with only the echoing sounds of the beast's retreat, and something else, something worse.
Thank you for venturing into this realm with me. If you crave more enchanted worlds, mythical battles, and secrets whispered from ancient pages, join the Guild of Storybound Explorers. Subscribe now and ring the bell to unlock every new quest the moment it drops. The next chapter awaits. Will you answer the call?